TimeShot, yes, TimeShot. I'm in the place where my friends are, and I know together we'll go far. Yeah, TimeShot, yes, TimeShot. And I'm still doing things the TimeShot way.
Hello, people. It's Poet, and why do I have a clock in my inventory? How long have I had that in my inventory? Did someone give that to me? Just a random clock. It's so weird. I mean, at the same time, I'll be honest with you, a clock down by my bed down there would actually probably be a handy thing to tell me what time of day it is. And maybe I'll hold on to it. I don't know who gave it to me, but I'll hold on to it for a bit as a memento. Okay, so it's been, okay, there's so much to cover. So much to cover this episode. And almost entirely TimeShot related. So that's kind of cool. It's not like today I don't have some massive story to tell you about life. Nothing like that. You know what? I'll actually pop out this way, because this is a little bit faster to spawn, I think, actually. So a lot has happened on TimeShot since my last episode. Now, I'm actually a little bit behind in the posting of episodes. I've been posting them about as frequently as I normally would if I had just normally recorded them. But the thing is, let me turn off clouds too while I'm at it, actually. Clouds off, there we go. The thing is that we added a bunch of people to the server. Now, these aren't full TimeShot members, and they won't, for example, appear in the description as TimeShot members. And they don't have voting power on new members. And we're actually trying to sort of make it black and white what the difference between the members and the community leaders is. Because right now, what we did is we invited all community leaders onto the server. Now, this is something that I kind of hinted at in one of my previous episodes. I was saying that we are looking at ways of bringing a bunch of new people onto the server. That mule didn't have ears for a while. I was like, did someone give him a haircut? We were looking at ways of bringing new people onto the server, and it made so much sense. It was like an epiphany where it was like, wait a minute. We at TimeShot have always been very, very much about the community. Always about the community. That's what our goal, when me, Liam, and Wynn started TimeShot, the reason we had left Red Cubed is because we felt that the community's needs were being abandoned in place of a YouTuber's needs, And while I get, that YouTube, when it's your career, it does take some precedence in your life. It shouldn't dictate how you respect the community that affords you that life, So, I'm not gonna get back all into that. That's years ago now, all that, those details. But the point was that we've always cared so much about the community and always wanted ways of giving back. We were one of the first groups to do community UHCs, invite UHCs. We held contests to be in UHCs with us. We played with fans, friends, family, a lot of cool stuff like that. And giving back to the community in terms of different charities that we've run over time. And this was just another natural progression where I was like, wait a minute, why don't we start inviting some of the community leaders onto TimeShot? And it made so much sense. Because these were people that we already trusted in our community so much. They are, when we stream, they are often our mods. When we have our Discord, they are the mods there too. They are supporters of us, who have been patrons of us, who have been donors to us when we're in dire straits. They are by and far friends to us all. So we were like, okay, well that makes sense to invite the community leaders. And I think like there was no opposition to it. We gave it a little bit of time to kind of gestate with the people on the server to see if that's something that they would want. And nobody said no. Nobody came in private or wherever. Nobody came to me and said, "Oh, that's a terrible idea. Don't do that." Everybody was on board with it, in fact. Man, this is louder than I thought it. Why is it so loud compared to normal? Is that just me? Yeah, it must be just me. I'm not really going to work on this too much. I just wanted to kind of come up here and show that I actually tore down this whole thing. But I don't think I'm going to tear down... Maybe I should actually leave it sort of like this. Because I think this is actually... With the sand like this, I think this is a natural mountain that I'm now cutting into here. I don't want to do that too much. I want to keep the natural landscape as much as possible. What I need to do, I'm going to grab some dirt. And everywhere that I see the sand like this, I'm going to build a little bit of a... I'm going to either dig it out and fill it in or cover it up. So let's make this all grass, this whole area here. Let's clean up the damage that I did here. You can see there were big pillars everywhere that there were these square shapes. Big pillars. And I cut them all out. But that left kind of a nasty mess there. I will fix that up. I don't want to get rid of this mountain. I don't. This is where the stairs were. You can see the coarse dirt leading up to the stairs. I want this, my idea for this place, and I don't know, you know, maybe this little stand here inspired me. Mara's temporary bookstore, where she's got all these mending books again. Fortune looting. Silk touch, infinity. That's good. That's good. Inspired by that little shop, I think, when it was Edson's, I wanted this mountain to actually be our shop district. So, you know, someone could just carve out a little section, and then build a little shop, something like that. Maybe not like that, you know. I think people should be able to build whatever kind of style shop that they want, and then just go with it. Go with it. That'll be our little shopping district. Now, I don't expect anybody to build something quite this big, but this is a server run shop, more or less. So with the elytra there. Oh man, you guys didn't even see that, did you? There's so much to update you guys on. Okay, so I'm gonna grab the dirt. I'm gonna actually, after I grab the dirt, we're gonna do a quick little tour to show you guys what I have been working on. And once I show you guys that, I'm going to just temporarily put these things in here. I'm going to grab them back because I need them. And all these flowers and stuff I don't need. Confusing. Confusing chest arrangement. So we were experiencing bone blocks are in there. We were experiencing severe lag on the server, I gotta admit, and I worked so long and hard to try to get this to go. Hi. I worked so hard to get it to somebody took all the dirt? Really? All of it? My goodness. Coarse dirt. If you place down coarse dirt and you use a hoe, it turns into normal dirt. But man, that would be a pain in my butt to have to do that. Man, I think I actually probably have to go to my base in order to get some dirt. Crazy. So we were experiencing severe lag. Like, especially with Mara, who's on right now. The lag was so bad that, like, I would throw an ender pearl, okay, and it would lag in the air. I'm sure most of you know who have played Minecraft what that looks like, server lag looks like. It was really bad. You look up at the moon or at the sun or whatever, and it would be jittering like backwards. Like it would be almost going backwards. It would be lagging. So you can tell right now, I'm looking at the moon, it's not doing that. We fixed that, right? So how did we fix that? Well, we upgraded the server to it's a build of Minecraft called Paper. Now, this is the very first time ever since we started. Actually, even Red Cubed was on vanilla builds, but like definitely since we started Minecraft on TimeShot. It's always been pure vanilla. It means that we only use official Mojang builds, and there's nothing else to them. It is what it is. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it does, it does. But we don't go outside of the Mojang builds. We were forced to, essentially. Minecraft was so bad in 1.13.1 that when more than 3 people logged in, the server would basically tank. Now, with all these new people logging in, all the new community leaders, it was tanking all the time. Something completely unacceptable. But what kind of broke the camel's back was when I logged in yesterday morning. It was just me and Tort were online. That was it. And despite it just being me and him, he was AFK, so he wasn't doing much. And I was just down in here in my tunnel. It was lagging like crazy. I was trying to put these little pillars, okay? So these are sort of markers for where I forgot to take my smooth stone, my stone brick. These are placeholders for where pillars are going to be. And I'll show you them. I've worked on some. And I was placing them every 40 blocks. So I've placed them roughly every 40 blocks. There's one. You can see them. They dot the whole tunnel, okay? So I'm trying to do this, and I'm counting out the XYZ. I'm counting out 40 blocks, and I kept rubber banding backwards by 5 blocks. And it just got so frustrating that I was like, you know what? I can't do this. This is not fun at this point. It doesn't make recording this enjoyable if I had to. So I got to do something. And I looked into it for hours and hours and hours. Probably don't need to need the start command you posted. I probably don't need that start command you posted earlier, or does it matter now? What? For what? What start command did I post? I was playing around with a lot of start commands for servers and stuff to see if I could optimize the memory, because we were having this thing where like there'd be nobody on, and then all of a sudden it would jump from 20% used to 60% used to 90% used. I can give you what? For the profile. Your CPU issues? I don't know if that'll help her. I don't know what she's talking about. Point is, we were having issues. I've now fixed it by installing Paper. This is after hours and hours and hours of searching for what I could do to solve. I can give it to you if you like. Yep. I can give that to her if she wants. I found this really good command. It's actually, I have it already. If there's the one you posted in the chat. No, it's not. It's not. I posted a bunch. I tested a bunch. A start command. Start commands, like when you run Minecraft, you have to allocate memory. You gotta dedicate to the WAM, right? So I dedicated the WAM, and I did more than that. I added a bunch of different Java fixes and stuff. Hopefully it works. It's so far. I mean, I'm sure it's a combination of the two things. But I actually got the command from the developer of Paper, the build that we're using. It's what he uses. He or she. I think it's he. It's what they use to run their servers and stuff, so that's what I'm using, and it runs flawlessly. It runs really good. So you can see here, let's take a pause from that for a second and look at what I was working on. This wall's the more complete one. So I'm thinking of going with the diorite polished for the pillars. So those little markers wherever I've placed them, you can see one right there. That turns into this. Okay, so the middle marker block is right here. And this is the pillar that I've come up with. Now, I haven't finished the top design. I don't know what it'll look like yet. I'm playing around with stuff. But this is what the pillars will look like. And the reason I'm doing that is because I was thinking about this. You know, there's way too much of one block otherwise. Way too much smooth stone through the whole thing. It would just be smooth stone, smooth stone, smooth stone. Looks terrible if you do it that way. You get dizzy almost. So I played around with like putting andesite on the floors like this, putting andesite pillars. I thought andesite doesn't, you know, you're looking at that, it doesn't show up enough. It doesn't stand out enough. So I think I'm gonna go with the diorite. For the main railway, I chose the prismarine, dark prismarine, and I gotta tell you guys, it took, but like look at how much has been done. This tunnel's dug out. I don't know how far I showed in the last episode. I think I still had a lot to do. But it took me, after I recorded that episode, the final episode where I was like, you know, I was talking about the beacons and how well they work. I essentially finished the remainder of that within about 2 or 3 hours. It took me in the evening then. About 2 or 3 hours, maybe not even. And I can do that while watching Netflix or YouTube or whatever, listening to music. And I can just crack away at it. Took no time at all. Probably not even 2 hours. Could have been half an hour for all I know. I wasn't really observant of the time, but it seemed like it took no time at all. The next thing to do was to place down the prismarine like this, because I decided that looked the best underneath the rail. And it adds that splash of color that I was looking for. One of the splashes of color that I'm looking for. I've also thought about like patterns like this or patterns like this, and I'm not really stuck on an idea yet. I'm gonna play around with more. But the dark prismarine, I AFK'd overnight by accident, but it actually helped me. AFK'd in the Guardian farm. The whole tunnel. So I did the whole tunnel in prismarine, minus like a few places like this. Then I'll still need to get more prismarine. I got maybe 40 blocks left. It took about 2 inventories full. So like, and I'm talking about an inventory like this. So like I have a bunch of crap in here, but fill the remaining spaces. Wait, I got dirt? This whole time I got dirt? Fill the remaining spaces of my inventory like this with prismarine, dark prismarine, and I did about 2 inventories of that. Okay? So it wasn't too bad, you know, like that last stretch that goes towards spawn, that was about 200 blocks, I think, if my count is right. It was roughly about 200 blocks of dark prismarine, which is just over, you know, I think I used like 5 or 6 stacks. So, you know, it wasn't too bad to finish this whole thing. And yeah, so I finished it. I finished that part, and now I've started actually on you can see the stone brick. These 2 rows are done. These 2 rows of stone brick are done all the way to the spawn as well. And this 1 row is done all the way to spawn as well. And I gotta tell you guys that, like, I didn't really realize it at the time, but setting up these little hoppers and cookeries was so beneficial. I have used so much stone already, and I'm continuing to use more all the time. I can't believe just how beneficial this actually ended up being. So I'm very, very happy with all of this, and that I can use them as I go. One of the things that spawn I wanted to grab too was ender pearls, and I forgot. Ah, man. So this whole tunnel's dug out. I've already kind of come up with a design for the pillars between every 40 blocks, and I'm still placing smooth stone brick, I should say, everywhere. I'm not set on the design yet, so once it's all stone brick and once the pillars are in, I'm definitely still going to be working on, like, adding the little fine touches. Maybe implementing cracked stone brick. Maybe implementing more stair designs into the floor. Maybe implementing stone slabs or stone. There's something I can do. More color of some kind. Concrete, or I don't know. Something. Ooh, look at all this coal that I have just sitting in there. Okay, I'm going to actually restock that a little bit. But yeah, those stone brick. And I didn't use all of the cobblestone that I got either, which I'm sort of mad at myself. It would have taken a lot of more extra time to gather up all the stone. But honestly worth it. Like, seriously. There we go. Just cover that up. Honestly, it would have been worth it. For sure. Because you have a big stretch like this where you don't have the stone brick cooking up, the stone cooking up. And it's just going to take so much material to fill all this in. Mind-boggling amounts. Like, I don't know how many stacks it's taken to do just this row here, but it's taken a ton. Did you guys test things with more people last night? No. Nope, I did not. This is what I actually came here for. Started running backwards because I actually take the sand with me too. Let's get rid of it. I set this one up too. It's almost out. I should have brought some coal with me. Oh well. Not a big deal. None of it is a big deal. Here we go. Let's eat some JFC while we're at it. So that's the tunnel. I just wanted to update you guys on that. So we talked about the lag. We talked about adding new community members. I talked about this tunnel. Ooh, look at this. Stupid torches everywhere. Blocking my ways. So the last thing I showed you very briefly, and I only showed briefly because I actually thought, it's been a few days now. I thought that I'd actually shown it before, but I realized I hadn't. So let's go back to spawn. I'm going to put away some of this sand that I grabbed. We're going to take this dirt. We're going to go to the mountain there and start filling in. Now, the reason it's been a few days is because, like, I'm still, and I started at the beginning of the episode saying this, I'm still kind of on the old posting schedule that I used to be, where I was the only person coming on TimeShot. Legit the only person. And even Ice Cube is one of the community leaders. He's one of the community leaders who's on the server now, and he actually recorded some videos. And in his first video, he was saying to Jake, you know, there's one of 3 types of people on TimeShot. Either A, they aren't doing YouTube or aren't playing Minecraft anymore, or they're poet. Like, that's sort of the way that it was on TimeShot. now we've got a bunch of new people on, and I'm so happy for it. So I built this. I built this little elytra shop because we needed one desperately. We actually had kind of run out of elytra in the world, and I set this shop up. They're each 10 diamond blocks. We didn't have any mending at all, so I put these mending blocks for 13 diamond blocks. But now, I mean, it doesn't make any sense at all with Mara's shop kind of undercutting my sales here. Mara has her shop where you can get mending book for 1 diamond. There's no reason why you would ever want to pay an extra, 3 diamond blocks for a mending elytra. But yeah, it's a little quaint shop that I set up. Put a little fence around the back. You can see these big windows with, what looks like little storage areas, and they are. They're only just little storage areas. So like employees only, you go in and it's just got, what a typical storage area would look like. All the extra blocks that I had, some extra armor stands, and on this side I've got kind of where another bunch of chests filled with extra elytra, and some materials that I had in my inventory, and some of the materials I used to build with, and so on. So that's my little elytra shop that I built. I'm very proud of it. It's simple, but I'm proud of it. So hopefully I'm gonna get into a better routine posting TimeShot episodes now that there are more people on, because I feel like I'm now slowly getting behind, because look at all these updates that happened. Look at all these updates that happened, and honestly, like I feel like I can't keep up. My last episode, there weren't any community leaders on, and I still haven't posted it. As of me recording this right now, I still have not posted it. I'll post it today probably, but it's kind of crazy to think that like all of that I still haven't posted it. Let's just do, how is this gonna look here? Go like this. I want it to look natural-ish, Yeah, like that. And then just fill in maybe this, like that. So a combination of sort of covering it and also filling in. Tort actually stole my beacon. That's my beacon that I used to dig out the tunnel. He stole it. I had set it up here to tear down the rest of Edson's house, which I did. And I think he took it in order to dig out some of the stuff in his base. I'm sure he's done with it by now, but I don't need it desperately, so I'm not about to go pry it from his hands. Okay, so this part here, I think what I'm going to do is just cover it like that. I'm going to need way more dirt than what I've got, but yeah. So I think what I'm going to do, like this is going to go like that, yeah. And then, yeah. So sort of like that pattern, and then, yeah, like so. You can put little torches in here. I don't have any others, but maybe centralize it a little bit more. Like that. Oh, there's going to be mobs spawning in here. But my idea is to just go like this. Probably needs to go like that. Yeah. Break that. Oh no, it has to go there. So like that. I can recoup those two. There we go. I'm gonna need way more. Yeah. Way more. There. Look at this. There. Does this look natural? Does this look, does that look like it's natural-ish? Yeah, kind of. A little bit. I've seen better. I've seen worse. I only have 3 blocks left. Well. Oh, I got 4 more. 4 more blocks. Let's do it. There. See? It's all working out. I should actually curve that in a little bit better. Right there. This could actually be probably flattened. I think it just joined the blocks. The paper Minecraft does some trickery to sort of more or less help with the speed of Minecraft. And I think one of the things that it does is it collects blocks together, similar blocks together. That just needs to go. There we go. That's fairly natural looking. This little corner bugs me still, but I just ran out of blocks. And then, of course, these places still need to be filled in. And then, essentially everywhere that you see sand here, I'm just going to border it around with dirt instead of the sand and fill that in. So the top area will all be this level right here. All of that. That makes more sense to me. Yeah. That can go. This little edge can go. There we go. Minecraft typically would probably cut this in a lot steeper, but whatever. Doesn't have to be exactly like vanilla. You see his mountain right here, how steep it is like that? That's probably closer to vanilla. He probably just covered the sand. So it's super steep, usually one block, one block, one block. You can tell when it's not vanilla is usually like this, where it's like 3 blocks wide, 4 blocks wide, 2 blocks wide. That was probably fluffed out a little bit, just like mine was here under my base. Yeah. Well, guys, it's been over half an hour, and I think I've updated everybody on what's going on everything like that. If you're curious about the community leaders getting on the server, I welcome you to join our Discord. It's discord.gg/timeshot. And I made an announcement in the announcements channel there where I talked about the update, the change, and how it'll affect us going forward, and you know, just that kind of a thing. And I want to just remind people that, yeah, the community leaders, they are not full TimeShot members yet. They of course have the possibility of doing that one day, but they're not full members yet. And we're still trying to define what the major difference is, because ultimately, if they have full access to the server, they can record videos on here all they want. What is the difference between a community leader and a member of TimeShot? If we were to have a website or something like that, I would be able to then, you know, sort of highlight the TimeShot members specifically. But we don't have a website, so that's sort of out of the question. So it's something that I'm thinking about, how we can benefit our members. For example, the ability to advertise our videos and our streams and stuff in the video feed on Discord. I'm thinking of bringing that back and making it so that only the TimeShot members specifically can post there. But you know, what else can we do to differentiate a full member compared to It's just a community leader who's on and building a random thing. That's what we're working on. So, in other words, I don't know, but there is. Somehow there is. One's gone through a voting process, the other one hasn't. So, I mean, there's sort of that. Though we do, of course, vote on community leaders too. It's a blurred line for sure. Something that we're working on, giving benefits basically to TimeShot members more and more. Now, where's the bed that was there? Dave's hammock is broken. Dave, you must come back and fix it. Yeah, so that's it. Oh, by the way, Starlet's Sick Beats, under new management, expects changes. I actually took it over. I'm the one who took this over. Though I haven't really talked to Penny yet. I just sort of, I didn't want anybody to confuse it and tear it down. Because Penny sort of said, like, you know, if someone wants to tear down my stuff, that's fine. I don't really play Minecraft anymore. I just want to double check before I were to change this too much. But I didn't want someone to go in and mow the whole building down for space. When I actually would still like to use that for record shop. But there we go. That's the end of the episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about all these changes, all these different things that we've been working on, including tearing down Edson's base, tear, cry, and working on that whale ray. Once again, the railway is almost done. Just need to finish the biggest part. And apart from that, yep, I guess we'll be seeing you guys next time on TimeShot. Bye-bye.